What do you want with me?
Oh, I just wanted to see if you were all right. I heard about Julie's arrest and thought it might be tough on you.
I'm okay.
Well, you've been through an awful lot. I know we haven't spoken since your suicide attempt, but I just wanted to touch base, see if you needed someone to talk to.
I'm fine. Thanks.
You know, it's no secret that this is just the latest in a series of unfair difficulties for you. Your mother having been institutionalized. You've been at the scene of several murders. What you've been exposed to would be difficult for an adult to understand and to handle, let alone an impressionable teenager.
Impressionable? Is that a shrink's code word for screwed up? You don't care about me. You're trying to use your psycho mumbo-jumbo to see if I set up Julie, aren't you?
Well, I'd be lying if I said the thought hadn't crossed my mind. But I really am concerned about you. And believe me, I can relate if you feel overwhelmed.
Things are tough all over. I'm used to it.
Well, sure, but that doesn't mean you don't need a sympathetic ear from time to time. Someone to confide in. And I get the feeling you don't trust too many people.
Well, I can take care of myself.
That's good, because I had to learn the hard way that we all need an outlet. You know, someone we can vent to. I tell you, when a person gets bottled up, the emotions can just build to the point where they're so intense you just can't ignore them anymore. Given what you've been through, I can certainly understand if you feel vulnerable or powerless.
Oh, and so what? I vent by killing a bunch of people I hate or barely know? If you're trying to get me to admit that I'm responsible for these deaths, you can forget it.
No, that's not why I came here. I want to help you.
No, you don't think I know what shrinks are like? My mother sent me to a string of them. I know how they twist things around and try and get you to say what they want to hear.
Lark, take it easy.
I am not stupid. You are. For coming here and thinking you can get me to confess to these crimes. Shrinks make me sick.
This is Lisa McCree.
And Kevin Newman. Tomorrow, the very latest.
All right, I'm coming. I'm coming, hold on. Lark, what is it?
You were right, Julie isn't the killer.
What happened?
It's Frank. I found this in his room. I didn't realize it was his journal or I wouldn't have opened it.
This describes the murders in detail.
They're all there. Bennett Devlin, Grace, Dr. May, Jake.
Is this Frank's handwriting?
Yeah.
Who else knows about this?
No, when I came here first thing.
I've got to call Garcia.
It is really hot in here again.
Touch that window again and you die.
Okay, that's right, the little mosquitoes.
Okay, that's right, the little mosquitoes. You know, those mosquitoes almost ate me alive last night thanks to you and your stupid allergies. We just had to have fresh air.
It's hot. It's oh so very hot. And now I'm oh so very hungry. Hey, what are you eating? That looks like that food we get at the zoo. Serena and me to feed the baby deer.
It's trail mix.
Trail mix? Is that all you brought? Did you bring anything else?
You know, there are some fish cuts in the garbage. You could make your own sushi.
Very, very funny. My car! Ah, I brought my own snacks, and I'm not going to share. I have my own snack. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo.
Good.
Ha.
Stay out there. Born in a barn.
I just want to make sure that he finishes his meals. It's really important for him to keep his diet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
Hey, Matt.
Hey.
What are you doing here? I thought you were off to play Forest Ranger with Ellen.
Well, if it isn't little Miss Troublemaker.
All right, what'd I do now?
Someone set a trap for you, and Ellen took the hit.
What? Someone said what, is Ellen okay?
Yeah, she's fine. But somehow the wires got crossed or something, and Lucy Coe got the idea that you were going to be up at the cabin?
With you and Ellen?
Oh, no. With Kevin.
Oh. So Lucy thought that Kevin and I were going to be snuggling up at a cabin in the woods. Oh, wow, this is too good. Oh, this is too good.
Well, it's not what Ellen thought when she walked in the door of the cabin and a bucket of fish guts fell on her head.
Fish guts? Fish guts fell on her head? Oh, that is horrible. Oh, poor Ellen. Wait a minute. Lucy was going to dump fish guts on my head? What is this woman's problem? What is her problem?
I just can't believe it.
Look at her. I don't want to believe it either, but facts are facts.
What's up?
You guys haven't heard?
Heard what?
They traced a call from the killer last night.
That's great.
Oh, did they get him? What happened?
They traced the call to Joe's house.
What?
Yeah, and they arrested Julie.
Julie?
And it doesn't look good for her. Garcia apparently found her with some electronic device that alters your voice. A voice activator.
Julie's the murderer? She tried to electrocute me?
It's not possible. No.
Well, did they arrest her?
Yeah, and they charged her. She's down at PCPD.
Could she be guilty?
No, she's not guilty.
Well, what does Frank think?
Frank doesn't buy it either.
Garcia, I have some information I think you'll be interested in.
Yeah, shoot.
I just came from 4th Street Copy. I showed the owner there pictures of 4 other suspects. Victor Collins, Eve Lambert, Chris Ramsey, and Lark. The guy was able to identify all 4 of them as customers.
Frank, this isn't news to me. You already questioned that guy thoroughly.
Well, then why did you arrest Julie? There are 4 other suspects there who could have written that phony letter from Greg Cooper.
Because we found Julie in your house alone with a voice activator immediately after we traced the call from the killer to your home number.
Come on, Garcia. Julie said she didn't know anything about that box. You can't ignore the possibility that this was planted.
Julie's been our primary suspect from the very beginning. The more we investigate, the more that the evidence points to her.
So what you are telling me, then, is that your mind is made up. It doesn't matter who committed these crimes. You have Julie in jail, and you won't investigate anyone else.
Look, Frank, she's your girlfriend. I understand that you want to help her, but you can't argue with the facts. She doesn't have an alibi for the murders. Her fingerprints were all over one of the murder weapons, and I've got an eyewitness that saw her kill Grace Sullivan. I'm sorry, but as far as I'm concerned, we've got our killer.
You know, Garcia, you and I both know that all of this so-called evidence is arguable at best. You don't have Jack.
The more I think about it, the less convinced I am that Julie Devlin's a murderer.
Well, her personality doesn't fit the profile of a serial killer.
No, it doesn't. I suppose it's possible that she has dissociative identity disorder, but I've never seen signs of multiple personalities in her. Have you?
No, never. I mean, it's possible that, you know, she suffered some trauma in her early years that we wouldn't know anything about.
But there's a few that we do know about. Her kidnapping from Greg Cooper, her brother's suicide. Now, it's possible that finding out that her father was indirectly responsible for her brother's death could have triggered another identity.
I suppose. And under the circumstances, I mean, it certainly warrants investigation.
Julie told me she thinks Lark is behind the murders. Now, Lark's framing her for it.
Well, Lark is a very angry young woman, but I mean, Kevin, I can hardly believe that this teenage girl could terrorize this whole town.
I know. But it's too early to count her out. You know her. I don't have to tell you how troubled she is.
No, of course you don't. I mean, her background is just filled with neglect and abuse, and she definitely needs long-term counseling. In fact, I offered her free counseling, but she never took me up on it.
There's another piece of the puzzle. When I tried to talk to Lark about the murders, she became hostile. She carries a lot of animosity towards psychiatrists. It seems her mother shipped her off to a string of them when she was growing up. And I think the mother was projecting her own problems onto her daughter. Now, Lark sees all mental health professionals as the enemy.
But I felt that we had worked through her negative feelings about therapists. I mean, her experience with me seemed very positive.
After her suicide attempt, and Frank's fall, I think she would have said anything to keep from being institutionalized.
True, true. But what would motivate Lark to kill?
We know she's not psychotic. So it would have to be a calculated motive.
You mean one of revenge or resentment?
Or control. I don't think Lark could kill for enjoyment. But she could kill to control the adults or authority figures in her life.
Well, her anger against psychiatrists would certainly explain why she would try to hurt you.
She hates Julie, which would give her the motivation to try to implicate her.
Kevin, I really think you're onto something.
Oh my goodness! Okay. I don't think you can get in here, right?
A bear can break into a locked car to get at a candy bar. He can open a can of peas with his claws.
Oh, thank you for sharing.
After the bear eats us, I'm going to kill you.
Why? What did I do now?
Wave the bag of junk food in front of a bear.
I did not. I took out to my car to get the bag, and when I got the bag, it kind of crinkled, and there was a huge big paw. Did you see how big that bear was?
He was huge.
I think he's got to be 6 feet tall. 8 feet, and bad.
What are you doing with marshmallows?
Why? I'm just so starving, you know. I dropped all the other food, but at least I saved this measly little marshmallow bag.
You're insane. That's what the bear smells. That's what he's after. Oh, you go.
I'm not going out there. I'm not going out there. I'm giving him my bag of marshmallows.
All right, get the door.
Oh, no, you come with me. Let's get the door together. Come on. Okay. Whoa, you know what? Our jump and yell, it worked. You know, it would have scared the pants right off him if he's still here.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Boy, that bear must have been hungrier than I was. He even got all the candy.
Oh, and my nightshirt.
Well, now, something good came out of that mean old bear after all. I just mean it was so unflattering.
He didn't eat the nightshirt because he disliked how it looked. He ate the nightshirt because you made it smell like fish guts.
Ew.
Oh, but the bear did perform one humanitarian act. Now some lucky person will be spared the agony of having to listen to you.
Oh, my poor baby. You're clawed straight in half.
Yep, looks like we got everything. Oh, except my trail mix.
Aha! See? That mean old bear would rather eat my cell phone than eat your disgusting trail mix. You know, never mind. There's got to be something else to eat around here, right? Because I am really hungry now. All that screaming and running around, my stomach's going to cave in.
Well, this near-death experiences increase my appetite, too. Want some?
Deer food.
You know, if my trail mix is not good enough for you, you can take your fanny and hike the 5 miles to the store.
Uh-huh. There is a bear out there, like I'm going to go for a hike with my fanny.
Oh, you know what? I don't care what you do. I don't care if you starve to death as long as you do it away from me.